The homies have chimed in with a bunch of names here. Scarecrow Boat says Josh Allen. I don't care about how the depth players look. Leave that up to the coaches to sort out. I just like watching Josh Allen throw the ball. So it's not an evaluation thing for him. He's just like, I just want to see Josh Allen play again.
He's just like, don't take your eyes off him because it's addicting, and he does crazy shit. Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, him and Patrick Mahomes, to me, are clearly the best quarterbacks in football. They can just do it all. They can be surgical, and they can make plays that are just out of this world. So I like the obvious, pick there by Scarecrow Boat.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking defense.
Okay.
All right. There's two areas to me that are underwearing, and I see this name on here from some people already on there. So, the corner has been an issue. I get that, but I'm not going to make that my thing. I'm not. And Kyer Elam from Miami or from Florida, they drafted him in the first round, and our corner.
Rankings?
No, they're Tre'Davious White. Thank you very much, Pete. Tre'Davious White, who got hurt last year. Right. Is he going to be full speed go? I do want to question that. But they kind of classify to me a little bit like, I know they were the number one defense last year, but to me they weren't really the number one defense. I feel like they kind of feasted on the poor, and anytime they had to play a really good offense, they didn't really slow people down or stop them. And that worries me a little bit. All right? But so almost like the Colts where we were talking about before, like they need some guys that can just make some plays. It can't always be, Leslie Frazier and McDermott having the perfect game plan and putting everybody in the right spot and confusing offenses that way. I'm going to go with Gregory Rousseau.
Ooh.
They need another guy. I know Von Miller is going to be good. They need a guy that can, end the game. Get pass rush on Patrick Mahomes at the end of the football game and get a sack, get a strip sack, something like that. They don't have that. I know Von Miller is going to provide some of that, but if we're talking Super Bowl and that type of defense and you want to win the AFC, they need somebody else to show up to the show here, and I'm going to go with Gregory Rousseau there.
You've been kind of in my territory here.
I know.
A lot.
Yeah.
You're poking around in the
How
defensive
dare I?
lineman world.
How dare I?
Because I'm going a guy that's going to line up right next to him, Ed Oliver.
Yeah.
This defensive line has looked pretty good, I guess, in training camp for them. And reports are that he has been unblockable at times, Ed Oliver.
Good.
Maybe a little bit of a slow start to his career, right?
Yes, exactly right.
Can he be a huge force in the middle next to Rousseau, your guy to watch?
I'm with you there. He's top 10 pick. He was better last year. He was. Now, does this, year 4 end up being like, oh, crap, he's kind of turning into a superstar? It could be. There are definitely signs of that, and I think he's got all the right tools and mindset to be that guy. Hopefully it works out. But, I have to imagine that was a focus of their football team, that we got to get more out of the D line. I can't always have Leslie drawing up the perfect, blitz package that fools the scheme, and this guy drops out, and this does that. It's just it's too much on them. And they need the players to start balling out and creating some of this disruption.
Tommy G's looking at the offense and saying James Cook.
Oh, I like that,
brother of Delvin Cook,
exactly.
Correct, running back.
Right.
He says he can be the versatile weapon to take some of the big playmaking pressure off of Allen and Diggs.
I'd agree with that. I'm a big James Cook fan. And, not that I don't like the Devin Singletaries of the world and all of that. But to me, this is the same guy, but with another rocket up his ass, to where, a lot of these passes and plays we've seen over the last few years where he, hey, we're worried about Josh Allen down the field, and then he dumps it off to Devin Singletary, and, hey, he makes a nice play and gets 20 or 30 yards. With James Cook's, it's going to be a 60-yard touchdown. He has got another level of speed to him, like his brother Dalvin up in Minnesota, that I just think is going to make them really dangerous. So I'm excited to see him too.
I love that exercise.
I do too.
We got to do that every training camp, and that's good.
We'll keep it going.
Kind of focuses us on who we're thinking about most and watching. We'll revisit these guys as the preseason goes on.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.